Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with the Hamptons. You can see we are on the road again, and we're in Ginger Billy here. I think that's what I want to name my truck. Big Red, Old Red, all them's taken. But anyway, we're heading to Star, North Carolina, and never been there. It's a little south of Greensboro, and we're from the western tip of North Carolina, Bryson City. So it's about a 4.5 hour trip one way, and we have got a project coming up. My wife and I want to take off this summer for a couple weeks, and we want to go out to the Grand Canyon, and we have thought about it all winter long, and we're actually going last summer, but things happen, life happens, and but we've thought about it all winter long, what the best way to do this trip for us is, and we have thought about my truck. I've got a camper shell on this truck. It's a high-rise camper shell. I've thought about building out a camper back, for my truck, putting in a sliding sleep arrangement and all that kind of stuff. But and then we've thought about just pulling our toy hauler. We've got a 20-foot toy hauler. But all things considered, trying to keep it simple, I didn't want to be lugging a travel trailer or toy hauler all the way across the country. That's 4 more tires that you have to worry about blowouts, 4 more wheel bearings that you have to worry about going out, springs, just so it creates a whole other issue that you're tagging along with you, along with we want to hit Route 66 and travel that way, and it's just parking, pulling a 20-foot or 24-foot trailer is not going to be good. If that's where you're going everywhere and you got a big trailer behind you, it's hard to park to go out these small towns as we're traveling. So what we've been looking into is sliding campers, and so I've looked at the fuel mileage, fuel savings by staying with a camper shell versus going with a sliding camper. And yes, a slide-in camper is going to eat up about 3 to 4 more miles to a gallon, but that's negligible. On a 4,000 mile trip, I figured it up. It's only going to be like having to pay $300 more for the entire trip to have a slide-in camper versus just the camper shell with a bed in the back of it. So that is a trade-off I will gladly give, to be able to sleep in essentially a motel room in the back of your truck, sleeping over the cab versus wiggling around. I'm a bigger guy, and I'm 50 years old now, so I just don't like the thoughts of spending 10, 12 days or 10 or 12 nights crawling around in the back of a pickup truck, even with all the things that you can buy now for sleep aids, mattresses, memory foam, all that stuff. It's not ideal for me, nor my wife. So our project there's a lot of talking, but it's informative. So the project is we are buying a slide-in truck camper, and not just any slide-in truck camper, but my wife and I both like old stuff, and it's kind of why she likes me. She likes old stuff, so we are going and getting a early 60 model slide-in truck camper, and it is as vintage as they come. But yes, with buying a vintage camper of any sort, slide in, tag along, fifth wheel, whatever, it's going to come with a full restoration. And you can see on our channel, I've got plenty of experience doing full restorations, doing full builds on campers. So this is one we're going to do, and I'm already excited about it. So anyway, we will have step-by-step documentation on this full build that we're doing here, but we'll just stick with me on the way down. I do have to stop and pick up Bubba, my best good friend. He is going to be able to go with me, so I'm picking him up about an hour down the road where he's working, and so he will go with us. So anyway, just hang around, enjoy the video. Got the trailer camper loaded up. We're coming back. Just wanted you to look at that sunset. Pretty picture God painted. That is a pretty picture that the Lord hath made, for sure. Beautiful. Hey guys, it is the next morning, and it is 28 degrees. It's cold. So anyway, we made it back last night, as we said just a second ago, and here is the ride. Check it. Made it back in, and yeah, it's rough. It is in rough condition. This is going to be an awesome build. It's going to be a super fun project. This is probably one of the smallest truck campers I've ever seen, and I love it. One of the smallest cab over truck campers I've ever seen. 4 foot wide cab over, so that's plenty wide enough for 1.5 of me. So yeah, just look at it. It's pretty cool. I've not yet found out the exact year model of this. I'll do some digging and try to find out on it. It is the owner said it is at least a early 60s, possibly late 50s. So we will do some digging and find out, but I think it's awesome. Love the rounded tail lights, brake lights. I love the dip down here on the little 45-degree angle on each corner. I love that. I love the look of it. It's like 6'1", maybe 6'2" tall inside space, and I'll just go in here and we'll let you look at it. And it is 6 foot wide. That's why I'm saying it's one of the smallest I've seen. So it's only 6 foot wide. So this thing will actually, it is going to be flush with the outside of our thing. So it's not like a traditional one where it comes way out here and up. It actually sits on the truck like a camper topper, like this one will. Yet it'll go up, and then of course it's got the cab over. So probably going to be super efficient as far as wind resistance compared to the bigger ones. So it is a project, but let me show you inside right here. Oh, tangled up here. It's like, oh, what did we do in transit? All right, see if you can see in here, but the floor is super solid. There's a couple extra brake lights, but the floor is super solid. And I have an amazing story on this that I'm going to tell you. The roof is super solid. There's only one soft place on the whole thing. And that soft place is going to be up in that left-hand corner. It's a little bit soft up and on that roof, and the front up here, right through there, about 1 inch to 2 inches back, that corner piece right there, or that edge piece of wood is rotted out. But the whole fascia, all that's all solid. This roof is, you can see it has 0 openings. There's no fan in it. There's definitely no air conditioner back in the late 50s or early 60s. But it is a one-piece aluminum sheathing over the whole entire roof, which of course can't leak. There's no seams to leak. So this is a pretty cool little project, and I just want y'all to stay around for this project, because this is going to be an in-depth build of our little camper. So pretty sweet little unit right here. One of the things that I found out about this that was really, really awesome to me is the fact that I bought this off of a guy, and he told me that he went camping in it as a little boy up till he was probably 8 or 9 years old. And he remembers his mom and dad buying it. They bought it used, and they used it for his whole life up till he was 9 or 10 years old. Traveled all across the country in this. This was in it was on a 61 model C20, a 3/4 ton, 2-wheel drive, 8 foot Chevrolet truck back in the day. And the awesome thing about this, to tell you, the old saying is they don't make them like they used to. This camper right here has been on sawhorses outside, never covered up, since 1975. His parents parked it in 1975. That's 50 years. And I was born in 75. So I know that's old. But this thing has been sit outside in the weather. In the weather, mind you. When I got it, there was like 4 or 5 inches. It was under an oak tree, which all the, sapling, the stains, all that stuff, limbs falling. But this thing has sit outside for 50 years unprotected in the weather, and it's still standing. That's what's amazing. You take one of these modern campers, not ranting too much, you take one of these modern 70, 80, 90, $100,000 sliding truck campers or a tag-along fifth wheel, in 50 years they would be a pile of dry rotted vinyl and fiberglass that's laying in a pile. Everything in them would be rotted. This thing is pretty amazing. Even the skid that's on these things, it's not rotted. It's just it's not rotted. There's no warp. There's nothing. The corners, all of these things are solid. It's all solid. None of these corners are leaking. None of them are loose. The windows, everything. It's all tight, snug. It's kind of amazing. But anyway, it's a project, right? So we're gonna get into this thing, and I hope y'all like this project. It's going to be a big project, so we're going to try to take this thing across country this summer, and it is now almost the end of February. So it's almost the end of, today is Valentine's Day, so it's middle of February. But yeah, we've got about 4 months or so to completely resurrect this thing and completely do a overhaul and a restoration on it, inside and out. So stick with us. Like, share, and supply. Like, share, and supply. Like, share, and comment. Yeah, do that. God bless you guys.